Well, welcome back to Steve Robb Reviews. Today we're going to talk about undercoating. Now this is the undercoating gun that I use, and to tell you the truth, it is just awesome. I did a video roughly a year ago about this time when I do my own rust proofing on my vehicle, and I've made a couple of videos on rust proofing. I'll put them links down below so you can take a look. And the one that a lot of people found kind of odd was the F-150. I have a 2010 F-150, and Ford decided to go with this design using duct tape on the frame rails there. You guys take a look at that, you'll get a good chuckle. And the other one was about what I use for rust proofing. And a lot of people commented on this. This was in the background on one of the videos there, and this is the fluid film. And I've been using this gallon now for about maybe 4 years now for both vehicles. And of course I don't do the whole vehicle, I just do the key spots, which are like brake lines and fuel lines, and you know, spots that, well, I'm going to show you. I'll show you my 2002 Silverado 2500 HD, and there's a good spot there over the summertime. It's just gone bare. Like this stuff, I don't care what you use, it doesn't last forever. And depending on the roads that you travel on, well, I'll show you on this vehicle here how the frame rail itself is completely dry now. And I'll use my undercoating gun. Like, these are very cheap, they're very easy to use. The only thing that I've noticed, I'll give you a couple of tips on what I do, is the pressure. The pressure that you put through this has to be, I guess, accustomed to the type of gun that you actually buy. This one here, the manufacturer says, I believe it's around 50 to 70 psi at 4 CFM. Now, what I do is I actually hook this up to the end of my hose. I snap it on, and I could actually see the pressure at the end of the line, not at your tank, because I've got like a 75-foot hose here that takes me out into the driveway. And best thing to do is to get one of these and adjust it to the pressure that you like, because if you go too high a pressure, all you're going to do is get a whole bunch of mist, and you're going to hardly get any product on your vehicle. And if you go too low, it just won't work very well at all. So for me, I find the sweet spot is around 60 psi, and it works great. It doesn't fill, you know, the whole area full of just mist. It's actually applying the product. You have to make sure you're using your protective gear as well. Let's go to the driveway. I'll show you what this looks like. Well, what do you think? I think any of you could do that as well. It's a very easy thing to do. Now, most places charge over $100 to spray your vehicle. And to tell you the truth, I've noticed that on anything that I have done in my life, I do a better job than most people do when you take it to someplace else to get the same work done. Because I know exactly how I like it done. I know how much I want applied. I know the right spots to apply it. And to tell you the truth, a lot of these places, they got a gun and they're just whipping that stuff all over the place. And you know what? It's all show and no go for a lot of places. So if you can find a good place that takes their time to actually spray the product properly, that's fine. For me, I'm out in the driveway doing my vehicle from one end to the other. Like you say, just the key spots. You don't have to go crazy on the product, and it takes me roughly a half an hour to go across one side of the vehicle and back to the other. I have had my vehicle sprayed in the past on the underside, and they've got this oil spray, and they're just, you know, spraying it all over, and you know what, half the time it's all washing off. Fluid film does not wash off like most products. I find it's a very good product, but I do prefer myself the Rust Check Coat and Protect. It's quite more expensive. This here is about $60 a gallon up here in Canada, and it goes a long way, and it's worth it because you do your brake lines. A lot of Silverados have had rotted out brake lines and fuel lines along the frame rail there. I have the original brake lines, original fuel lines, and it's in part because once a year for a half an hour, I put my mask on, I go underneath the truck, and I spray all the key areas. So far, it's worked out great for me. A 2002 is a good testimony to how, you know, taking your time and putting a rust coating product on yourself actually works. So you guys take a look at the links below, and you'll see what other products that I have used in the past and I continue to use in different spots. And thanks for joining me here today. If you haven't seen this channel before, well, you're welcome to subscribe. Come back again now, eh? Cheers.